In high school, we all learn about the Bill of Rights and the first 10 amendments. I've chosen to inform everybody about the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, because gun control is a highly controversial topic, and there's a lot of facts and information that can go along with gun control supporters and opposers. There are several organizations that support and oppose gun control. The legislation of 1968 is the first legislation that tried to regulate the control of gun and who can and cannot buy gun control. You have your control opposers. Those are the people who do not want gun control. They're for owning guns. Most of these statistics show that most gun control opposers own guns, use firearms, mainly for recreational purposes. They understand the safety and the responsibility that goes along with guns, such as, never point a gun at something that's not your target. You don't want an accident to happen. Firearms or guns can be considered weapons, but they can also be tools. There are several reasons to safely own a firearm. Personal defense. Somebody tries to attack you in your house, or when you're out, you can save yourself. There was a story about a 34-year-old man who was showing up at his brother's house, and when he pulled in the driveway, there were robbers in the front yard trying to break in. He had a 2-year-old in his arms when he noticed that there were robbers. The robbers came and pushed him on the ground, so he towered over his son to try to save his son's life. And as he was handing the men the small amount of change that he had in his pocket, he also reached for his weapon. The men fled the scene. Nobody was injured. Nobody was killed. And that's just, your personal defense. There's hunting. People need to have food. There's ducks, deer, geese, elk, caribou, all kinds of animals and wildlife that you can legally shoot following regulations and laws that are in place so that you don't end the population and put an animal into extinct. You have recreational. There's trap and skeet shooting, which is an Olympic sporting event. It was in the 2012 Olympics where they trap and skeet. You shoot at a target to see who can kill the most, or who can shoot the most clay pigeons. One of the biggest opposing groups was the NRA, the National Rifleman Association. This group supports owning a gun. They have magazines and all kinds of newsletters and informative meetings on safety and control with firearms. You have those opposers, or those gun control supporters who oppose public owning firearms. Statistics show that most supporters for gun control do not own a firearm personally, or they've been a victim to a violent crime where a firearm was involved. They feel that if there were no more guns, there'd be no more hate crimes, no more deaths, no more accidental shootings and that such. And most of the supporters argue that every state has their own regulation to own a gun, how you can purchase it, who's approved, and they feel that most states aren't strict enough on their gun control. They just are concerned about the safety issues involved. People break down gun control into Republican or Democratic. You can do that, but not technically, because not every Republican wants to own a gun, and not every Democratic doesn't want a gun. Most people who want a gun and do not want strong control, they feel fear of tyranny. Those who do not want people to have guns, fear of hate crimes. In conclusion, there's no way to make everybody happy on this topic. There's no right, there's no wrong, there's not a happy medium, because there's always going to be your avid supporters and avid opposers. States can regulate their gun control for safety as they feel needed, but there's no way to make everybody happy. You can just inform people on how to be safe and how to protect themselves.